Hello, Cowboys Nation. Welcome back to Fourth and Forever. As always, I am your host, JR Castillo. How are we feeling today? Cowboys fall to the Eagles 24-20. That was a that was a nail biter. They gave a great effort today. I mean that game. And let's talk about things first. Let's start off with Jalen Carter since it happened. So Jalen Carter's an idiot. He's an idiot. Knew he was an idiot in college when he got drunk racing with his teammate and his teammate died. You know he's been an idiot the entire time. Bravo to Dak Prescott for signaling out the idiot and making the idiot do an idiot thing. Uh, for anybody that's saying, "Oh, Dak spit at him first." Dak spit on the ground 4 feet in front of him. Carter spit on him. As another, you don't spit on another human being. That's idiotic. If I'm an Eagles player, I don't want that guy on my team. I don't care how good he is. He's an idiot of a human, and he's a bad human at that. So I don't really want to waste too much time talking about Jalen Carter. I don't like talking about idiots. He's Captain Idiot. So let's talk about the game. There were some good things. There were some bad things. Let's go over it. A couple things I do want to point out on the good side. There's a couple clips you can see. First thing first, Dak's movement. Dak moved better than he has in a long time. And in the first highlight you see Dak, he takes a snap. He drops back and starts off to the right, then he has to sort of skimmy to the left a little bit, able to stay in there and hit CeeDee Lamb with a good pass. It's movement from Dak we have not seen in a long time, and it's a good thing to see Dak be able to make that type of movement. So that was a positive thing, something positive to look at. So the next play we want to look at is we're going to see Tyler Guyton. Tyler Guyton was a big focus coming into this game. First round pick last year, did not have a good rookie year. This is just one clip of Tyler Guyton, but watch how he shuts down the edge. And then he gives him a nice little slap to the face, which, as a former offensive lineman, played a lot of tackle, didn't know you could just punch somebody in the face like that in the means of blocking. Had I known that, I'd have been punching people in the face left and right. But if you watch the highlight, Guyton absolutely stands up this edge rusher. No real movement, and then whack to the face. And lets that get a complete pass to CeeDee Lamb. Big gain for the Cowboys. Beautiful blocking there by Tyler Guyton. Handled his business really well. The next thing that I want to look at that has a highlight clip to it, Javonte Williams. I owe this man an apology. I have been anti Javonte Williams throughout training camp and preseason because you get all the reports from camp saying, "Oh, Javonte Williams looks really good," but then he doesn't play the entire preseason. And of course, you look good in camp. You should look good in camp. So I wasn't surprised to hear he looked good in camp. Because he's 2 years now off his ACL injury. What type of running back is he? Yeah, he was great as a rookie. He showed tremendous promise as a rookie, but really hasn't played since then. This run, it's nothing flashy, but it shows that he has power in his legs, power that I did not realize he had. We go to the highlight. Williams takes a snap, goes up the middle, should be about a 4 or 5 yard gain, and then he just muscles in for 12. That is a powerful run. Absolutely love to see that type of run. It's something the Cowboys have not really had. They haven't had a good power rush game. And to see them be able to do something like that, beautiful. And that was great blocking with the O line to get him the initial 4 or 5, and then he just turned it into more. Another good thing, this one has no clip, but the game plan and the coaching on offense. Brian Schottenheimer brought his team ready to play. His team came ready to play on offense. I kept waiting all game for the stupid Cowboy offensive penalty because you know it's going to happen. It's been happening for 10, 11, 12 years that the Cowboys in the middle of making a big play will commit some sort of just absolute bonehead of a dumb penalty, whether it's a holding, a block in the back, something. It never happened. So much motion. The receivers were in motion. Mainly it was Devontae Turpin. I would like to see them put Pickens or Lamb in motion too. But first game, a lot of motion. The Cowboys were in motion. I believe this stat was 49% of their offensive snaps had some sort of motion. That would have ranked them fourth in the league last year. Last year, they ran motion. They were 29th in the league. That was a great addition there from Brian Schottenheimer. Absolutely loved it. The last good thing I want to talk about is the second half adjustments on defense. The defense in the first half was horrible. The second half adjustments, I don't know what Matt Eberflus did at the halftime. I don't know. It seemed just everybody, I don't know, it was just a chewing out party, but everybody stayed good. They held their run gaps. They limited Hurts in the pocket, made him try to throw, and the cornerbacks just absolutely shut down the receivers. So the second half adjustments on defense was great to see the Cowboys make adjustments at halftime, something they haven't been doing in a while. If we go to the bad, first half defense was very sloppy. It was just bad. They constantly misplayed run gaps. Linebackers were just overrunning, over pursuing, and that is something we have had a problem with. But they were missing some tackles in the first half, weren't able to get things down at point of impact, and then just overall just misplaying the run gaps, letting Hurts just gush them in the running game was horrible. The drops just absolutely killed the momentum of this team. Anytime they got something going, it seemed like a drop pass. CD Lamb just continuously dropped. And I'll give CD Lamb this. He took the blame on himself. Afterwards, he handled it like a superstar should. Blamed himself, but you cannot have that. Third, the absolute disregarding Hurts in the running game was criminal in the first half. They changed it in the second half until the final play. There's other things you can talk about there. I'll mention it a little bit later. But just the disregarding Hurts in the running game as if he did not exist was a bad look. And it absolutely killed the Cowboys. It killed them in that first half. Uh, Nobody would have thought Jalen Hurts was going to end up with more rushing with overall about the same amount of rushing yards as Saquon Barkley. And they ended up just about even. That's if you'd have told you that, said the Cowboys were going to win, they didn't. And they didn't win because they beat themselves. Self-inflicted penalties. This time it just wasn't penalties. It was drops. It was a fumble. It was missed opportunities. They left points on the board. They left plays in the field. And if you do that, you're not going to win football games. And finally, the first half pass rush was pretty non-existent. Second half, again, Matt Eberflus made adjustments. Second half, they were able to get a pass rush. They were able to get a pretty decent pass rush in the second half. Kept Philly on their toes. So now let's look at some of the key plays of this game. Number one, first key play we're going to look at is the first half. Jalen Hurts scores his touchdown. Got to focus on Dante Fowler coming off the edge at the top of your screen. Fowler at the snap, you're going to see Fowler does a hard cut inside. Hard cut inside, leaves his edge open. Hurts goes around that edge, and he's going to take it to the end zone to the score. Fowler has to protect the edge. There's a reason why that position is called edge now, and it's not just defensive end. Your job as an edge, you got to hold your edge. Fowler did not hold his edge, and that led to the score. Second play we're going to look at, Miles Sanders, 49-yard run. He does not house this run. He is caught by Zach Vaughn. You look at the snap. Sanders does a great job following his blocks. He waits for it. He should be gone here. Miles Sanders should be gone. And I don't know what happened. I was certain at the time of this play, I was certain Sanders had maybe pulled his hamstring or something. Then he gets up and starts celebrating. So then I was like, okay, what happened there? Because he just absolutely seemed like he got gassed at the end, and it was a bad look. He got caught, and that's 7 points. That's not on the board right there. Any other running back on this team, I think, houses that ball. The next play we're going to look at, 3rd and 22, Dak Prescott hits a wide open Jake Ferguson. Ferguson drops the touchdown. This play, you can see it's simple. Prescott's going to take the snap here. 3rd and 22, so you're looking for the end zone. Prescott delivers an absolute dime, hits Ferguson in the hands. Yes, Ferguson does get hit, and there is an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. but it's a perfect pass. Ferguson has to get it. It's him right in the hands. He has to catch that football, hold on, and score the touchdown. He doesn't. That's a missed opportunity. Points it off the board on the same drive that Sanders didn't score. That's two chances on this drive to score. And it's going to take us to the very next play after that. Same exact drive. Next play. We're going to look at it now. You have Tolbert in motion. Sanders comes up, and Sanders just gets stripped. Brilliant play there by great play by Dak Prescott to save the touchdown. But Sanders just gets the ball stripped, just plain stripped right there in the pile. And there you go. A drive that had two chances to score a touchdown. The Cowboys had two opportunities to take the lead. They did not capitalize, turned the ball over, and now they're out of it. They lose points. Eagles take over. The next play we're going to look at here, it's 1st and 10. Let's see. It's no, it's 3rd and 10. First play of the fourth quarter. Prescott he's gonna take the snap. Turpin's in motion. Prescott drops back, fires another dime, and it gets right between CD Lamb's hands, hits him directly in the face. That's a drop pass from CD. Yeah, the ball's thrown with force, but you call yourself one of the best receivers in the league, you have to make that. CD did not make that. Cowboys now have to punt. So the next play we're going to 1st and 10, 2:47 to go here in the fourth quarter. Dak's going to he's going to fire a dime to CD on a post route. Dak could not deliver this pass any better. We're going to take a look at the play now. Dak's going to drop back, gets just enough time, fires a dime. Dak Prescott could have walked this ball there and handed it to CD and could not have placed it in a better position. The ball hits CD right in the chest. He drops it. That's killer. That that should be first down inside the should be first down inside the 20. But the should be on the 15, 16-yard line. Instead, we're going to second down. And the last play, 4th and 3, 2 minutes to go. Last chance for the Cowboys. You're going to see Dak's going to take the snap. He's going to deliver a sideline. It's going to be a fade route. Again, CD has the receiver beat. Dak puts this in the one spot he can put this to where there's no chance that the corner's going to get it. There's no chance anybody else is going to get it. Yes, CD has to leave his feet, but the ball hits him right in the hands. If it hits you in the hands, you have to catch it. I was an offensive lineman, and I knew that if the ball hit me in the hands, I had to catch it. They're very rare that it ever changed, that it ever came up. It never came up for me, although there were plays in the playbook. But if the ball hits you in the hands, you have to catch it. He talks about being one of the best receivers in the league. Best receiver in the league has to make that play. He didn't make that play. Cowboys end up losing. Uh, you can look at a couple of plays. The final play, we're not going to look at it, but the final play of the game, Jalen Hurts runs for the first down. There was about going through the tape, I could see 6 or 7 calls that were just absolute clear holding calls. And the last play with Hurts running, Sam Williams is getting held. It wasn't called. Sometimes they're not called, and I can tell you this, we didn't get calls on holding calls when Micah Parsons was here. Micah's not here anymore, and we have a bunch of less known players. They're not getting holding calls. We may never get a holding call again. They're just going to have to come up with They're going to have to come up and make plays. We did not make enough plays, and that's why we ended up losing because we beat ourselves. We beat ourselves, and you can't do that. That was the one thing I said on the Cowboys will lose if, and it was we beat ourselves, and we beat ourselves. They should have won that game. You can take a little bit of uh, what a moral victory. I don't like moral victories, but sometimes you can take it. They were supposed to get blown out. Nobody expected the game to be close. They were close. I think I think they were the better team. Scoreboard doesn't line up that way, and now you have to move on. Go on to play the Giant. We're playing the Giants next. So that's what you do. You have to just rebound and come out and Make the Giants pay for your mistakes that you made in this game. I the one thing I do feel better about after the game is I don't think this team is going to have too many of those games to where they lose to teams that they should easily beat. And that's been a problem where the Cowboys play down to their opponents. They'll play weaker teams, play down to them, and drop a game that they should easily win. I think this team is going to beat the teams they should beat, and on the harder games, they're going to be right there with a chance to win, assuming they don't beat themselves. So that's going to be the breakdown for this game. Uh, for the going forward, the way we're going to do this, uploads on the game for shows will be 2 days before the game, and then uploads after will be 2 days after the game. So we're going to, unless it's a short week, so for like Thanksgiving games, it's a Thursday coming off a Sunday, probably a quicker turnaround for those. But I figure for on Sunday games, upload will be Friday and then Tuesday. That gives me enough time to get my stuff done for school before the game, and then I could just do a quick, film after the game and get that in out of the way early. Gives me enough time to do balance the stuff I have to do with the stuff I want to do. But that's the way we're going to do that. So I know it was a tough week, but it's good to have football back. We lost. We move on to the next week. I still think we're going to have a really good season. I still think 10, maybe 12, 10 or 11 wins this year, I don't think is out of the question. But that's it for this week. Dak hasn't lost to the Giants since his rookie year. I would like to see that continue. But let's go, Cowboys. Let's beat those Giants.